the the guy was a plumber and he was cleaning his pipes. Just getting in there
On the dance floor.
on the dance floor. I love it. And the other man was blowing that other man. It was just a lot of mouth stuff. Not a lot of penetration though. Anal, I mean. Anal penetration.
Well, thank God at least there was some semblance of
No, in the dock room, I'm sure they were doing that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, in the dock room. It's a dock room.
The absolute degeneracy of gay men.
Oh my God, the poppers, the ketamine, the cocaine, I'm sure, everywhere.
Oh, I don't even
Everywhere.
care. I don't even care about that. I don't even care. But straight up like fucking at a
Yeah,
club,
but, like,
that's wild to me.
Okay, no, it's not. This wasn't like a club. Like, you're not going to Rise. You're not going to the Spot. You're not Verse. You're not seeing the fucking there. This was a circuit party in like a enclosed area that is well known for this sort of behavior.
Okay. Well, slay.
Yeah.
Now I've started recording. Actually,
he had a beautiful penis, though.
Okay.
It was a beautiful penis. I was like, I looked at it, I said, well, I want to be like, congratulations, that's a beautiful penis.
Did you go up to him and tell him that?
No, because he was busy getting blown.
Hello,
I was going to interrupt that moment.
You have a beautiful penis, sir. I just needed to interrupt you real quick. I know you're busy, but you have a beautiful penis.
I should have knelt down and tapped the guy on the shoulder and be like, can you stop sucking him so I can tell him something? You're distracting me. Distracting me from this moment. The beautiful cock, sir.
I was talking to one of my straight friends.
Why were you doing that?
Who is a lady, and we were talking about like how it's weird, how girls interact with each other differently than two straight men will interact with each other. So like two straight women will just like show each other their boobs and be like, hey, like look at this, and then they'll like laugh about it. And I'm sitting there like, yeah, two straight men will not just be like, here's my penis, and like, haha.
Well, I mean, do gay men do that? I guess some gay men do that, but we don't.
I don't like men don't do that in general. I don't think it's a gender difference.
No, some of the gay men I roll with.
Well, they will do that. Okay. Typically, like more generally speaking, I don't think any men will. It wouldn't be normal for them to do that.
There's a friend group I have. A lovely friend group. I love all of them. They're great people. But yeah, the interconnected conspiracy red thread wiring that goes from person to person of who fucked who, it looks like a ball of yarn a cat fucked up.
Right.
Because everyone's tangled on everyone, honey.
It's
Wires.
It's like that one meme of the one guy that looks crazy and he's next to the board and he's pointing at all the things.
It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. He's going, so he fucked him, but he also fucked him. They were dating, but it was open, so it was okay. He also has him on the side. And they know each other. And they've only done oral, but they've done anal. It's that kind of thing, which I love. This is not a shame thing. I think it's great. I think homosexual relationships in that regard are rather superior.
Yeah, they're interesting.
In that friendship takes on more forms for homosexual people than heterosexual people, because homosexual friendships can be everything a heterosexual friendship can be, plus more. It's sort of like New Game Plus after you beat...
Well, people can be friends with benefits. Straight people can be friends with benefits.
100%. I think it's more pervasive in the gay community, though.
Okay. All right, fine.
And I love that for them. I love it for them. When are we going to start fucking?
As soon as I'm not in a monogamous relationship anymore, which who knows if that'll ever happen. Anyway, hi everyone.
Hi.
Welcome to another episode. Hi sisters. Welcome to another episode of the What Do the Gays Think podcast. I am Matt Klubeck, and today with me I have my little pig baby, Pat. How are you doing, Pat?
I feel great.
Great. I love that.
Yeah. Yesterday I was at a friend's house for New Year's, and the topic of like body image came up.
Yeah.
And one of them had said something like, oh, like talking about their weight, or like they don't like, you know, they're gonna try to lose weight or whatever. And I said, well, I had this lovely LSD trip recently. Let me tell you about it.
The LSD trip again.
And the look on his face was like a mixture of like genuinely happy for me, I guess, but also like okay,
fucking weirdo.
Cool. Like cool. And I was like, I don't know, I've been really feeling it. I was like, I looked at my body in the mirror and I said, it's kind of giving. So that was fun. And I don't know. I've been super depressed for a while, and then I went to the circuit party. I went out with friends, and then I just had a lovely time. And I think it really kickstarted something in me. It really
Great.
gave me a nut tap that I needed to wake myself up.
Love that for you. It's also the new year, so you've started out the new year with a nice nut tap to get you going.
Yeah, I love that for me. How about you?
Well, I will say that I didn't go to a circuit party, but I did
I know you
go.
did.
I did go to my friend's house for New Year's Eve.
Right.
Straight couple, lovely
Did you get
people.
COVID?
No, I'm assuming I didn't. Okay.
We'll find out later, won't
We'll
we?
find out. Straight couple, lovely people. I was only there for like an hour.
Did you watch the ball drop there?
I did watch the ball drop.
I don't.
What?
How was it?
It was fine. I mean, yay, the new year, whatever. But the straight couple was kind of like getting into an argument while we were there. And,
Oh,
and I was like, oh, okay, I guess it's time to leave.
I have to say there is nothing. Well, that's not true. One of the most awkward, uncomfortable things is when you're at. Hi.
It's my dog's
Look at
ears.
him.
Hello.
One of the most awkward things is that when you're out somewhere, like at a friend's house, at a family member's house, and like two parents start arguing, or a
Oh my
couple
God.
starts
Yes.
arguing,
It's the
and you're just sitting
worst.
there like, I can't leave because we're here under social obligations. Ooh, this is fun. Yeah, I
It's the
hate that.
worst. It's the worst situation. Anyway,
Yeah.
Pat, it is the new year. We're recording this on January 1st, 2023. 2022 is over. How was your 2022? Did you like it? Was it a good year?
I was thinking my answer was going to be no. It was shitty. And then
Mm-hmm.
I thought about it and I was like, it was a mixed bag.
I think I agree with that. I think it was a mixed bag,
Yeah.
but it was fine. It was like a fine year.
It definitely ended on a fun note.
Yeah.
But I was sick a lot. I did publish my first paper though. Uh,
Ooh.
like and then I had epiphanies about my body, as I said before.
Yeah.
I had realizations that I no longer want to do anything I don't enjoy. So like if I'm in a social situation I don't like, if I'm out at a club and I'm not feeling the vibe, I leave.
I
And
love
I go
that for you.
home. So I think 2023 will be better.
Love that. Take care of yourself. Take care of yourself.
Masturbate.
Yes. Masturbate if that's what you need to
I
take
bought
care of
another
yourself.
sex
Yeah.
toy, so I'm ready.
Oh, here. Well, have you described the other one on the podcast? I don't
No,
know.
when they come in, I'll talk about them, but I don't even know when they're gonna show up. They're all on pre-order, back order shit, so who knows when I'm
So many
actually gonna get
people
them.
are ordering them.
So many people want their asses stimulated and their
Yeah.
penises worked, mama.
I
Boots.
love that. I'm good for them.
Good for them.
Um, so we had last year we did this thing where we made some resolutions. And
Yeah.
I went back to our 2022 resolutions episode to write down all the resolutions we made, and now
Ooh,
we are going to see if we kept them.
we didn't.
We probably didn't.
Yeah, I'm
And we also
excited.
talked about in the last year we also talked about this, but the year before we also talked about this, and we both said that making resolutions is stupid, but here we are doing it anyway.
Well, we'll wait. I think I have a little bit of a changed tune on it.
Well, here's what we said. We said you don't have to make resolutions in the new year. You should make
Yeah.
resolutions all the time for yourself, always.
Yeah.
To continuously bettering yourself instead of just doing it at the new year. I think that's why
Yeah.
we said New Year's resolutions were dumb. But what's
Right.
your thought about it now? You have a change of heart?
No, not a complete change of heart. I just think that I have to be better at. Give me a second. I was just thinking.
No, I'm laughing at my Axel squeaking in the background in the middle of the podcast, and I'm gonna ask him to give that to me. Actually, hey bud, can I have that squeaker toy?
Anyway, for the viewers and
Drop it.
listeners,
Thank you.
I just need to be better at crystallizing the resolution. You know, like really formalizing it, solidifying it,
Mm-hmm.
writing it down, so I know exactly what has to get done. Not some sort of nebulous, like, oh, I want to be more fit, or oh, I want to lose weight.
Yeah.
No, I need a number that I'm going to drop to, or a amount of weight that I could lift, or a
You need. Yeah.
mileage I could run. I only function. I only succeed and thrive in scenarios where there's so much structure, you feel imprisoned by it.
Oh, interesting.
So that's what I like.
But yeah, you have to quantify your goals. Make it numerical. make it tangible.
Yeah.
Don't set it to be too ambitious. Which is actually the opposite of what my corporate job would say. Like when they're like, "Oh, make your goals ambitious because you don't have to meet them." For my personal life goals, I want to make them tangible so that I can meet them and I can feel good about myself.
Well, yeah. I mean, you always want to meet your goals because then if you fall short, you feel like a fucking failure and a
Yeah,
loser.
well, that's not what corporate America says, and you know what? Makes sense, corporate America, for making me feel shitty about myself.
Well, someone has to.
All right, ready? We're gonna go through our previous resolutions to see if we kept them.
Yeah.
First resolution was mine. I said
Mm.
I want to work out at least 4 times a week, which is pretty tangible. I will
Well,
say,
what do you think tangible?
it's my comfort word. It's my go-to word right now.
Tangible just means touchable,
Yeah,
not
but in a
doable.
metaphorical sense, it could also mean that the goal is
Okay.
obtainable.
Okay, okay.
Words
Slide.
words take on different meanings. You know this.
I know,
Some
but
some words take on different meanings.
I feel like attainable is a much better word. But you could do whatever you want. It's 2023. You could do whatever you want, honey.
I could, you know what? And I want tangible to mean that what I want it to mean.
Okay,
Obtainable,
good.
whatever.
Good, good.
Anyway, I did not keep this for
Mm,
definitely most of the year. Now, that being said, this last month, December,
mm.
I have been working out 4 times a week.
Yeah,
So
you're looking high and tight.
I'm looking pretty good right now. Of course, I'm going to MagFest in the upcoming week,
Yeah.
so it's going to kind of fall off, and then I'm going to get back to it.
Yeah, you're gonna get
Um,
drunk every night.
I'll say I did not meet this for most of the year, but this last month has been very good.
Mm.
Pat, one of your
Mm.
resolutions was you wanted to continue working out 6 times a week.
Well, we all
Did
know
you?
that didn't happen. Now, unless you mean sweating due to excessive anxiety and increased heart rate,
meat
that
meat sweats actually. Meat
yeah,
sweats.
calories burnt. I mean, then yes, I did. But if you're talking about physical activity, if you're talking about getting on the bike, lifting a weight, then no, of course not. That was a stupid idea for me. I mean, because I used to be able to do that. I used to. There was a good 2 or 3 months, I believe, last year that I was working out. Oh no, it was over last year because it was before I moved. Working out every day,
Yeah.
every single day. I would get home. I would run up those stairs, my old house, get into my little room with my workout material and work it out. I looked at old pictures of myself recently and I said, my God, I
You
would
would fuck
just,
yourself. No, just
I
say
would
it.
want, no, I want him to fuck me.
Oh.
I want old me to fuck me. Because
Oh.
he would do everything. He could take my body. I wouldn't care.
Okay. 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 I love that.
So hot. Yeah.
But you didn't end up keeping this, which
No, no.
which is it's fine. It's okay.
It is fine, especially after my LSD trip. I'm feeling better than ever.
Great. Another one of my resolutions, my next one. I
Mm,
just said I needed to make these more tangible last year because mine was just
mm.
eat healthier. What does that even mean? Stop
I
eating
don't
like
know.
shit? I
Eat
definitely didn't
grass.
do that. Eat grass.
Yeah.
I definitely didn't do that. I definitely did not eat healthier. I would say I'm eating like in between healthy and shittily, like going back and forth. Um,
Ooh.
it's fine. Sometimes we really need our Wendy's or like our Taco Bell. You know,
Wendy's nuts.
Wendy's nuts. Yeah.
Yeah.
And you know what? Everything in moderation is fine.
I was at my mom's house yesterday, and my younger brother was gifted CDs for Christmas. And I'm talking about Rage Against the Machine, Linkin Park, Green Day, like 90s, 2000s rock, which is
Right,
great. So
right.
my mom goes, "Oh my God, Alex, show Patrick your CDs." And I go, "CDs nuts."
CD's
And
nuts.
Alex in the room goes, "Yeah, in your mouth."
Your brother said that.
Or he said in my mouth or in my face. I said CD's nuts. And he goes, "In your face or in your mouth." And I was like, I love that.
I love that.
But go on, go on.
Well, I don't have more for that resolution. A resolution for you was you wanted to write more consistently.
No.
No.
I mean, not even in my thesis, not even in my creative writing, nothing. I wrote my suicide note, but
Oh,
that's about it.
am I mentioned in it?
No, it's just a graphic drawing of my penis. And it says goodbye on the bottom of it. The veins.
Ew. Is it veiny? Is it?
It is.
I don't want to see it then. Uh,
Okay. I've
um,
been told it's beautiful though.
the drawing or your actual
No, my
penis?
my actual penis. I've been told it's very aesthetically pleasing.
Great.
I can't draw. It looks ugly.
Oh, great. Anyway, one of my resolutions
Mm.
was to more consistently stream and be more active on our social media channels for the podcast and our stream.
Yeah.
I think I did a pretty decent job with this. We have a pretty consistent stream
Oh
schedule.
yeah. I think this schedule is much better than it was when we first started.
Oh yeah, the last it was
Oh.
terrible. Like a year
It
ago, maybe even 2 years ago, it was
it'd be like a
terrible.
month or two. It'd be like, did we stream? And I was like, I don't know. Did we? Tell me.
It would be like a random day during the week. It's like, do you guys want to stream? Oh, sure.
Fucking Wednesday at 7 p.m. after not streaming for 2 months, and we're like, is anyone still there? Is anyone still listening? Yeah.
I feel like we've got a lot better with our consistency in streaming.
Mm.
And I've made our Mastodon. I'm pretty active on Mastodon.
Mm.
So I feel like I did pretty good with this. Pat, this next
Mm.
one, I
Mm.
know the answer to it, but I'm gonna say it anyway.
Mm. Mm. Mm.
Your resolution was you were gonna finish your degree in June.
Yeah, it didn't
Yeah.
happen. Honestly, though, I used to be beating myself up so much about it, but I don't care anymore.
Yeah, slay.
So, like, it's gonna get done when it gets done. I'm publishing papers. I'm working on a different working on two projects. I'm also the building manager for the building. Like, I have a lot of responsibilities, and anyone who's like rushing
Mm.
me can literally look at my schedule and be like, "Oh, wait, this man is doing way too much."
Yeah.
I
Even though you're only doing what you want to do, you're still doing way too much.
I am like a one-man show in my lab. I am a jack of all trades, master of all of those trades.
You just said Jack and Master in the same sentence, so Jack and masturbate. That's where I was going. Anyway.
I'm okay. But yes, maybe I'll make a new resolution about this year. I don't know.
Oh, who knows?
I know.
My resolution. I wanted to drink less coffee.
That didn't happen,
And
sweetie.
let me tell you when that didn't happen. It
Yeah.
did not get anywhere near close to happening.
Did it
There
get worse?
no, I'd say it's pretty much the same amount of coffee intake. And honestly, like I'm not going to make this resolution again this year because
Mm.
caffeine is it's a drug, but it's not going to kill me.
Well,
It's not like terrible for you. And it keeps me going. And as I go into my resolutions, because I have them written down for next year, one of my resolutions may eventually lead into me drinking less coffee, depending on what happens.
yeah.
Um, so maybe that'll be an extension of it, but I don't really care too much about my coffee intake right now, honestly.
Slay.
This was your last resolution from last year, Pat, and you're gonna tell me
Oh,
you
oh.
wanted to lower your cholesterol. Did you lower your cholesterol?
I haven't checked.
Well, then we'll never
Because
know.
I think I recently got my blood work done and it's there, but I don't know what it was a year ago.
Right.
So I'm gonna say I did.
Good. Good.
That way I've gotten one of them done. I did. Of course I did. Obviously, I'm brilliant, beautiful, successful.
Yeah. Well, that's the end of the resolutions, actually. So, how do you think we did well, or we didn't do
No,
well? No.
no, but that's fine because you don't have to live up to all these expectations of yourself. I think half the battle is just trying to set something for yourself.
Yeah, I'm actually surprised at these resolutions because I think that I am a different person now than I was a year ago.
Well, you are. You're so much hotter.
Thanks.
Oh, you're so hot. Yeah, you're totally different. What are you talking about?
But no, like my goals for myself are different. Like I don't see myself needing to eat healthier. Well, I still want to eat healthier, right? But like
Yeah.
maybe I've gotten to a place where I'm like more okay with more of a medium lifestyle.
Yeah, yeah. I think
uh,
it's all about just living and
it's
loving life.
living, loving, laughing. You
Can I
know.
ask you a question not related to anything we're talking about?
Oh, sure.
Do you see what I'm wearing today for the viewers, for the non-viewers? My God, so sorry. I'm wearing a vest, cut off sleeve vest, and a t-shirt under it. I took a photo on Instagram today and I put it on my story, and then someone commented saying "Daddy" with heart faces on it. Now,
Okay.
I said thank you. I was very, very flattered. But then I was like, are they saying like daddy because like I'm old? Like I didn't know because I have the beard. I have a beard right now. I have a beard. It's not like the
Yeah.
fullest I've ever had one, but it's medium length beard. So I do look older. They said I looked handsome, but I was like, I wanted to be like daddy like old, daddy like dad bod, or daddy like oh daddy. So what do you think?
Okay, first of all, can I ask you, was this person younger than you?
Yeah, he's younger than me. Not by
By how
much.
much?
I think like 2 or 3 years.
Okay, then it was probably like a daddy,
Oh,
not like
yeah.
a your old daddy, obviously.
Honestly, I
Because
don't
we're
think.
not. I know we say we're getting old. It's kind of like a jokey joke, ha ha. We're not that old. We're not even 30.
No, we're not. We're not. And even when I'm 30, I'm not gonna think I'm old. I just feel it. My body feels old because I don't take good care of it.
Oh well, yeah.
I
That's
treat it
that's
like
just
shit.
unhealthy lifestyle, not the fact
I
that we're
just
old.
that Kim Petras song "Treat Me Like a Slut." I treat my body like a slut, but not even in a good way. It's like a
Hello.
rag. It's like a rag doll that I'm just throwing around.
All right. I mean, we're old compared to like the new generation of kids that are up and coming.
Well, of
Uh,
course, but like you should treat your body like a temple, and I treat mine like a circuit party. Everyone's sucking cock in it and doing K.
I love that for you.
Thank
Whatever you
you.
want to do.
Anyway, moving on.
Moving on, we're gonna set resolutions for 2023.
Hmm.
2023 is such a weird number. I hate it.
It's not. It's what comes after
Yeah.
2022.
No, but it's a weird number. Like 23 is a weird number.
No.
Okay.
Why would it be? No number is weird. They're all just numbers going in sequential order.
That
Like,
is completely wrong. Numbers are different from each other, and some of them are weird.
no, no, they are different, but they're just like if you
23,
go,
first of all, 23 is an odd number. B, it's a prime number. Like nothing
okay,
goes into it. I hate it. And it's
okay.
not fun like a 10 or a 5 number.
So
Like
if
five,
when we get
the
to,
human brain loves fives and tens. Let me tell you that.
of course, we love the top five, the top 10, the top 100. We love those things that
Yeah.
are. But when we get to 2029, are you gonna say the same thing?
Yeah. And 2020, no, 2027, 27 is not on
How
a
about
prime number.
20
So,
2031?
yeah, I'll probably say that too. They're weird
But
numbers.
like,
They're weird
but like,
years. It's
who?
weird.
Okay, fine. So what are you gonna do in this weird year?
Well, let's find out. Ready?
Yes.
Here's my first resolution for myself. I want to figure out if I actually have ADHD or not. And this is a very obtainable
Oh yeah.
resolution because it's just me figuring out if I do or not. Because I think I do, but the psychiatrist will tell me if I'm correct.
Well, yeah.
And then if I do, I want to figure out if any medication would actually help me change my lifestyle.
Yeah.
And if it does, then that could lead into additional things, such as staying more consistent with working out if I really want to, eating healthier, flossing every day, etc. All those fun things that you want to make resolutions for. That would
Mm.
help me obtain those goals. So my goal is just going to be about figuring that part out.
Slay.
That is my resolution.
A quick aside, I was talking to my sibling yesterday who's in the mental health field. They're a
Yeah.
certified counselor. They have a master's degree in whatever. I don't know the specifics and I don't care to know.
Yeah.
But I was talking to them and I said, I can't stand people online saying, "Hi, my name is Suzanne and I have undiagnosed blah blah blah." And it's always some sort of mental illness or invisible illness.
Yeah.
I have undiagnosed ADHD. I have undiagnosed bipolar disorder. I have undiagnosed borderline personality disorder. And we got into this conversation. My sibling goes, on one hand, I understand there are certain boundaries to getting tested. Financial boundaries,
Yeah.
location if you don't have a good psychiatrist, blah 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 blah. And they go, I totally understand that. But it's also can be somewhat dangerous to promote this sort of behavior on the internet if you truly don't know what's
Mm.
wrong with you, and then to move forward in your life thinking you're benefiting yourself without truly knowing if or what the issue is. So
Yeah.
I'm so proud of you that you're actually
Oh.
getting diagnosed because I am not diagnosed with ADHD or ADD.
Yeah.
My doctor has prescribed me medication thinking that that is the probable diagnosis and waiting to
Mm.
see how I respond to them. So when some people
Interesting.
go, "Oh, well, because we got into a whole conversation about how sometimes to actually bill things like prescriptions or bill time for an appointment, you need a diagnosis code to go to the
Mm,
insurance.
yeah.
Sometimes the diagnosis code is just sent before the diagnosis is made, so insurance will cover the visit.
Yes, yes, yes.
Anyway, someone said to me, "Oh, well, you have ADHD, you should understand blah blah blah." And I was like, "Oh, no, no, no.
No,
I
no.
don't. I might, but I've
Yeah,
never been formally diagnosed with anything like that. I've just been told I have tendencies that fall under that diagnosis, but I've not been officially diagnosed. So I'm so
yeah.
proud of you."
I'm going. I'm gonna figure it out. This is why I keep saying like I could have ADHD, and I think I do, but
Yes.
I'm going to get tested, and I'm gonna
Yeah.
see if it's true.
You're gonna pop your ADHD.
Well, we'll find out, and I will update the podcast as soon as something happens, whether
Yeah.
I do or don't have it.
You're gonna get that prognosis, then you get your chlamydia diagnosis, and it's gonna be great.
No, I am negative for chlamydia as well as all my other STTs. Thank you very much.
Oh, so happy. So happy.
Do you have any resolutions? I have more, but we can go back and forth.
Yeah, one of them. Now, I'm not going to say finish my degree. I'm just going to say make progress in my degree, which is bound to happen.
I love
But
that.
I'll probably finish this semester anyway. But like, yeah. So I mean, I'm in the writing portion. So this is like the last step, but the writing portion takes forever.
Oh, my dogs
So,
have now busted into the room. They're here to say hello.
oh, oh.
But Cody, I'm sorry, Bubba, I cannot have you under my desk while we're recording the
I
podcast.
love that your dogs find it necessary to interrupt me on my podcast. That's so interesting. It's so interesting. Look at that.
Get out.
Look. Oh, big baby. Big
Right.
little baby.
And close the door.
How
I
sweet.
may or may not cut that out of the podcast, depending on if I remember. We'll see.
You're not on your ADHD medication. You won't remember.
Well, I don't know if I need ADHD medication, so here we go.
Who knows?
Oh, okay, great. So you want to make progress on your degree? That's lovely.
Yeah.
Here is a another resolution from me.
Mm.
I want to start working on and make progress on the second draft of my novel because I have the first draft,
Oh, yes.
and I'm gonna be honest, it's awful, and I need to rewrite it. It needs to change.
Work.
A lot of it needs to change, which is fine. I understand, and most writers understand that the first draft of a novel that they write is going to be terrible, and I'm like, yeah, it's terrible. So I'm gonna try to make progress on draft number two. That's my goal.
I'm so happy for you.
Thank you. What about you?
Have better sex.
Okay.
That's all. That's all I'm gonna say about it. But I'm gonna be laid out this year. I'm gonna be spread out. I'm gonna be opened up. I'm gonna be just exploded on the side like a carcass, found dead like roadkill, like a fucking deer on the side of the road, just laid bare.
Be careful, or you're gonna end up on Fox News they're like gay people are so impure, they're so nasty, sex
But we
driven.
are.
Oh
They're not wrong.
no, not impure. There's
It's
nothing
like
impure about us.
when they say God hates fags. He does.
No, that's because there's no such thing as God. God
Oh,
doesn't hate anybody because he doesn't exist.
okay. What's your next resolution?
My next resolution, and after today, I don't know. I'm still waiting for if this is going to happen. I want to finish our D&D campaign, like clean it up, finish it, wrap it, tie it in a bow. Be like, we finished a campaign.
Not to flame the person who canceled today, who will be named, but it wasn't you or I. So,
Yeah, yeah.
and they might be assigned male at birth. I just want to say that when you were texting the other day about when we're recording, and you were like, "Yeah, it's just be before D&D," I was gonna say, "Sweetie, we're not playing D&D tomorrow." But I held my tongue because I knew that this person was on
I
vacation,
wanted to hold
technically.
out hope. I wanted to
I
hold out
know,
hope.
but technically this person's on vacation and they're seeing their family, so I want to be like, "Sweetie, we're not playing
We're
fucking
not
D&D, you
playing.
stupid bitch."
But this person, it was a maybe, probably yes was
Yeah.
their response. So I was like,
Yes.
probably yes means we're probably gonna play, right?
Yeah, over 50%.
And then
But no.
there we go. So,
Slay,
but
slay.
I would really like to finish this D&D campaign because it's
Yeah.
like the way I want it to go in my head. Because I'm the DM for the campaign. The way I want it to go in my head It's not that long. Like, there's probably a couple more segments, then like the main thing's gonna happen, and then we'll finish it out. It's not that long, but we just never play.
Yeah, we don't. I mean, it's very on and off. Listen, there's a lot of people involved. There's a lot of busy schedules,
It's
you
true.
know?
It's true. We're old, and it's hard to get this group of four people, five people together all at the same time.
It's five.
Yes, because
Unless you don't
I
count some
wasn't
new
counting
people.
myself because I was counting how many players there were in the game.
I always count you.
Oh, I love that for you. What's your next resolution? Do you have any more?
Oh, yes, I do. So, in terms of working out, like I said, I'm trying
Yeah.
to crystallize an actual goal, like a something that I can see, feel, touch, smell, taste,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
hear, all five senses. So I'm not gonna just say I want to work out more, or like obviously I do, but I want to be able to lift maybe come up with like a number for my three lifts: the deadlift, the bench press, and the squat. Like what?
Yeah.
Because people will combine that weight and be like, okay, I total at whatever. So maybe I'm gonna come up with a number for that, or maybe I'm gonna come up with a distance that I'd like to be able to ride the bike or run without like dying, because I my cardio is like a decrepit old woman,
Right.
and I can't be that at 28 turning 29, because if I'm gonna have this whole year of where I'm getting splayed out on the side of the road, gash exploded, pussy popping, I
What?
can't. I need the cardiovascular because I need to be able to keep up with all of these people, you know?
Right. All
Like
these really, really fit men.
people are doing bumps of K every 5 seconds, and I'm like, how do you survive? So I'm gonna have to I'm just the resolution is set a fitness goal, and then when I have that in mind, strive for it. Like a
Okay.
specific goal though. So I'm
Okay.
thinking probably like lift a certain amount or run a certain amount.
Great. Great. I love that for you. I also wanna say that last year you talked
Mm.
about the combining the three numbers thing. You
Yeah.
talked about that. And
Yeah, I just haven't tracked it.
no, I think you actually mentioned a number to me and I completely forget what the number was.
I
Uh,
it must have been like around 300 probably, which isn't that high to be honest, but
I think that is correct. That's what you said to me.
yeah, now it's not that. It's lower. I haven't, but I'm gonna get back to it.
Great. Well, we're gonna find out next year if you are actually gonna get back to it.
Ooh,
I'll ask
yeah.
you again next year, 2024.
If we're still friends.
Oh, I hope so. I mean, we've been friends for this long. Do you really think we're gonna stop being friends?
But now we're family.
Oh.
Oh.
For people on the podcast who don't know, Pat and I are technically distantly related by in-laws, by marriage.
Yeah, and we are related, and that'll never change unless you get to your relative gets divorced from my relative.
I mean, but are in-laws really related though? They're in-laws.
See, for some reason, viewer and listener, Matt hates just letting me have this.
Because
Matt
I
just
want us to fuck eventually, and it's not supposed to be
and
incest.
I want us to fuck with incest because it's hotter.
Okay,
So, you ever watch
right.
Game of Thrones? You ever watch
Yes,
Game
I
of
have,
Thrones?
and I've watched
It's
House of the Dragon,
hot.
and you know what? No, it's not.
It's not. It's really not. No,
It's
it's
really not. We're not advocating for incest on our podcast.
no, we're not.
Anyway, my last resolution for the year. Here it is.
Yeah.
I want to read at least 3 novels this year.
Oh,
No,
you can definitely do that.
that's
Yeah.
my goal. It's 12 whole months to read 3 novels.
Sounds
That's
like
like a
whole.
book a quarter.
Yeah.
That's I'm trying to make them obtainable. I can do it.
Yeah.
Three
Is
novels
one of them gonna
easy.
be they both die at the end?
Probably not, unless we review that one on our new podcast, which by the time this episode comes out, that announcement should be out. So I can
Oh my
say about
god.
our other podcast called Under Queer
Oh my
Review
god. With
with
joined by
Jackie, joined by Jackie.
as a co-host.
Yes.
They graduated.
They
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 finally
upgraded.
saw what we did and they were like, I could do this better. Let me do this shit for you.
But yeah, if you're listening to this episode and you haven't listened to, I think one of the pilot episodes for Under Queer Review might be out by now, or it might not be. I think it might not be actually.
It's one or the other.
But there is a promo video out. Go watch that and get ready for us to review some queer shit.
Yeah. But we could review it.
We could, no? and
Yeah.
if we decide to review it, then I will read it, and it can be part of my resolution. That'll be fun.
And you're gonna cry like a little bitch.
Okay. Do you have any more resolutions for me?
I guess I should make up one more to even it out. Let me think.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Give me like one. Okay, I just want. I know I've been saying that I don't want to do anything that I don't find enjoyable anymore. That I only want to do stuff that's fun.
Yeah.
Uh, well, the thing is, this year, a lot of the emphasis was on just leaving events that I didn't like, but not
Yeah.
actually changing it and going to do things that I really want to do. So now this year has to not only just be the leaving, it has to be the going component. It's got to be, I got to
Okay.
do more
Okay.
shit that I actively want to do.
All
So
right.
even if no one really wants to do it, even if I, going alone, I'm doing more shit that I want to do. Because you know what? You know what, bitch? Life is too damn short to be twiddling your thumbs, looking up at the sky and going, I just want, to be vibing and whatever. No, you
That's what I
gotta
want.
actively, but you have to actively, seek what you want and
Yeah,
be happy with
you
it.
gotta go out there and you gotta see the shit
Yeah.
you wanna see, you gotta do the shit you wanna do.
Yeah, you gotta smell it too.
You gotta talk the talk,
Um,
but you also gotta walk the walk.
yeah, and then you gotta eat because I'm starving. No, I just ate actually. I've been eating a lot more recently. I think it's because I was depressed. I was just eating so much. I was just eating and
Oh,
eating and eating, and like a sleeve of Oreos a day just with milk at night.
do you like Oreos?
I do.
I'm not a huge fan, actually.
I just love dunking them, and I won't eat them dry. I have to dunk them in milk, and you know what the best part is? You dunk them in the milk, right? And sometimes they slip and they fall in, or like they break a little bit and they fall into the bottom.
Yeah.
And I don't even go fish them out. When I'm done with the Oreo, I'll drink the rest of the milk, and that wet, soggy Oreo slides into my mouth, and I chew it, and it's so fucking good. It's so good.
I could say so many things right now,
You
so
like it
many
when it's soggy
things.
slipping in your mouth,
You like when
whore?
those mushy chunks go into your mouth.
The
Mm.
giblets.
All right, next part of this episode. Ready? So
Yeah,
last year we also made predictions of what we
yeah,
thought was going to happen in 2022, and
yeah.
we're gonna go through them, and we're gonna say did they come true or not. All right,
Mm,
we're gonna power through these. You ready?
yeah.
Because I think it's gonna be pretty easy to
Power bottom.
power bottom, and then we're gonna make predictions for 2023. So
Yeah.
predictions from last year, did they come true? Here was my first prediction. I said COVID was going to have at least two more waves in 2022, and that there was going to be another variant that was going to be more vaccine
Oh,
resistant.
well,
I think, and that we weren't going to lock down regardless. And I think generally that happened, right? We definitely had more COVID waves.
yeah, but I don't think the variant, the what is it called?
BA2,
Yeah,
BA3, one of those bastards.
I don't think that's more resistant to vaccines. I think it was just more communicable. Like people were getting it a lot.
Yeah, but I mean, we also had the boosters, which were really
Yeah,
strong against the Omicron variants. If
yeah.
so, a lot of people were getting it, but not a lot of people did get the boosters. So who knows?
Still in the pandemic though, even though no one wants to believe that we are.
I mean, that's what I said. We're not going to lock down, and we didn't. And you know what? Nobody seems to care about COVID
No,
anymore.
it's we're all gonna pretend it's over, even though
Yeah,
it's not. Even though
very
it's
much so. And
not.
I said, I said this to Jackie. I said this to people because I'm going to Magfest again. We went to Magfest last year. I'm going to Magfest again
Yeah,
this year. And I
yeah.
said, I was like, I don't want to get sick. I don't want to get COVID. So I'm masking regardless of if the other people around me are going to be masking.
You're gonna get sick.
I probably will regardless, but
You
I'm
are
going to be
gonna get
masking.
sick.
Okay.
Yeah, mask for mask, sick for
Mask for
sick.
mask. And then I also said, right after that prediction in the last episode, I also said that I think current inflation rates and gas prices were going to go down, but only a little bit. I think this was wrong. I think inflation
Yeah,
went
it
up
was,
after this.
and gas prices are down now, but they went so high for a
Oh
while.
yeah, they went really high.
Yeah,
It
so
came
you
back.
really fucked up.
It rebounded back down, probably to where it was, like
Mm,
when we talked about it. So I'm gonna say I fucked this one, and that it didn't happen.
yeah,
I
yeah.
botched it.
Mm,
Here was one of your predictions. You
mm.
said nothing on student loans was going to happen, and it was only going to be like additional pauses to the federal student loan thing.
And technically, I was right.
Technically, but you had said that they weren't going to take legislative action, which they kind of did. It
They
got blocked.
did.
It
It
got
got
blocked.
cock blocked. Yeah.
Yeah, it got cock blocked, but they tried. They tried.
Yes, they did. They tried. So we've really just been having more pauses, and we have the potential to get some actual legislation, but it's always being blocked. So who knows if it's actually going to happen? But I
Yeah.
am eligible.
Mm-hmm.
I'm
We'll
eligible.
see if anything actually happens.
Doubt it. Doubt it. Doubt it. Doubt it.
Here was one of mine. I said Biden was not going to be able to pass the Build Back Better Act. Build Back Better Act. And if they do pass something, it'll be a skeleton of what they wanted to do for Build Back Better. And that they also wouldn't be able to pass voting rights legislation. Now, they did pass something. It was the Inflation Reduction Act, which was kind of good, but still lacking in a lot of areas. I wouldn't necessarily say it was a skeleton of what it was supposed to be. I still think it was pretty good. So I'm going to say I was like half right here.
How about the voting rights?
That didn't happen. So I was right about that one.
You were so right.
I was so right. And then I also said that the House and Senate were going to flip to the Republicans in the midterms. Because I didn't think they were going to pass anything. Like, I thought this was going to be a terrible year for, like, Democratic policy, which I was kind of wrong about, but also I didn't expect Roe v. Wade to be overturned, which I think drove a lot of the midterm fuel for Democrats, I'd say. So I was wrong about the Senate, but I was right about the House.
You know what's funny? Even though we were all worked up about Roe v. Wade, we still kind of didn't do well in the midterms.
I mean,
Isn't that
it was
fun?
like nobody did well. Like, both sides were upset about the outcome of this midterm.
It's like things either slightly changed or they stayed the same.
Yeah, I mean, we're gonna have a Republican House and a Democratic Senate, so nothing's gonna happen regardless in the next 2 years, unless Biden takes executive order action. But we'll see if he does. That's gonna be for the what we think is gonna happen in 2023 section. Here was one of your predictions. You said that there's going to be something that happens, or there's going to be suspicions of something that happens with Joe Biden's health, and that he's going to announce that he is not able to run in 2024.
Unfortunately, that's not true, because apparently he's still running, and I can't imagine that he can run for anything.
Wow.
So
he can only very slowly walk.
he could walk. He might be able to do a little skip for about 2 seconds. But no, I was wrong. I was wrong.
Yeah, I think you were wrong about this, but who knows what's going to happen in 23. Here's one of my predictions. I said that the January 6th committee is going to find incriminating evidence for Trump, but that no one was going to care. And that includes conservatives who are still going to want him to run in 24, and that he was going to announce after the midterms that he was going to run for president. I think I was right on the money on this one. Conservatives did not really care about the January 6th stuff.
Yeah, of course they weren't ever going to care.
And Trump did announce he was running for president in 2024 after the midterms. I was right on the nose on this one, I think.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here was one of your predictions. Legends Arceus. Because Legends Arceus was coming out like right after we did that last episode.
Yeah.
So you said Legends Arceus was going to perform critically well, but the audience scores were going to flop.
Well, do we have the numbers?
I'm
looking up the numbers.
Okay, bring it up.
I'm gonna just go to Metacritic.
Bring it up. I think you were wrong about this.
I think it did well both ways.
I think both audience and critically it did well.
It's an 83 Metascore and the user score is 8.1.
So yeah.
So yeah, both did well, which honestly I'm happy to be wrong about.
Yeah. I think you weren't that optimistic about Legends Arceus before it actually came out.
No, of course not. I looked at the trailer, and the trailer is like they really undersold it, which maybe was their plan, or maybe they just didn't know how to market it because the trailers didn't do it justice.
They didn't, yeah. And even though we never did a Legends Arceus Part 2, in which you were supposed to finish the game and we gave our final review on it, but it's fine because now we had Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, which showed, I think, where Pokemon is going directionally and that it's going in a good direction, but that they need to give it more time to balance out the performance issues.
Someone left a review in Italian. That's cute.
Oh, stunning.
Done in. Yeah. So I'm happy that it did well both ways. It's very bisexual that way.
Ooh, here's another one that you had.
Mm.
You said we're gonna get news that Diablo 4 is in beta, but there's still no release date.
Well, I was so close to being right because they announced that release date very recently. So yeah, there's a release date now, which I'm happy wrong about. There is a
Nice.
beta. There was a beta. I was not invited.
Yeah.
Because someone wouldn't let me get in. I
Oh,
don't know who that was,
who could that
but
be?
someone's responsible, and it's not me. So, but yes, 6/6/23.
Oh,
Diablo 4 opens its legs to me.
I can't wait to do some Diablo 4
That
streaming.
rhymed. Oh,
Oh,
I
honey.
you better clear my calendar is gonna be cleared. That fucking because if I get the ultimate edition or if I get that free edition thing, I get it like 5 or 4 days early. So like
Mm.
6/1, 6/2. I'm calling the boys and I'm like, don't you dare text me about hanging out. Don't you talk to me. You leave me alone because I'm playing a sorceress woman and I'm out there fucking blowing things up. And if you
Oh,
bother me, I'm gonna blow you up
oh, blow him. You're gonna blow him
on the dance floor at a circuit
at
party
a circuit
again.
party. Yeah.
I've never done
That's
that though.
well, okay. Good for you. I mean, I
No,
guess.
it's nothing. It's nothing. There's nothing bad about it. I was just saying because I was looking around. I was like, "There's a lot of people doing this." I was like, "I've never felt interested in doing it in such a public space."
Oh, okay, slay. I wouldn't do it in public, but you
Well,
know
you've
what?
done it in public.
Well, we're not talking about that. I wouldn't do it in the middle of a crowded dance floor. I'll say that. Anyway.
No, no, just people seeing like Paddington 2, I guess. Go on.
All right, here was my last prediction, and this is the last one that we made. I
Yeah.
said, and you're gonna be like, ugh, when I say this, but I said that we're gonna get some really cool new photos from the space
Oh my
telescope.
god.
I told you you're gonna be like, ugh, but I also said that we were gonna discover something that we weren't expecting, and we're gonna discover something that was gonna be a game changer for how we understand the universe. And I don't think
Oh,
that happened, but
you
we
were
did get some really cool photos.
because it's not gonna tell us anything.
And you're a hater, and you know what? You can go die about it. I'm sorry.
No, listen, I love astrology and astronomy. I love all that shit. I love space. I
No, you
love
don't. You're afraid of space. You've said this
no,
before.
I am afraid of it, but I do objectively love like the science behind it.
Yeah,
Like going down Wikipedia rabbit holes into like how black holes work from a mathematical standpoint and like the physics theory behind it is lovely.
yeah,
It fills me with existential dread, sure, but I love it. But so does like other things, like being intimate with a man. However, the telescope, I think it might be a very long time before it gives us something that's that groundbreaking because it has to get very far away from us
oh
to like
yeah.
get to things we haven't seen well before.
Yeah.
You know?
We're still waiting for some groundbreaking discoveries. I think, but I also do think that the data that they're collecting from the telescope actively is major for the science that they're doing. So
What is it? That's give me an example.
I'm not an astronomist, so how am I going to give you an example? I
Well,
don't know the field of astronomy.
I know, but how can you then say that the data is groundbreaking for them or really helpful for them?
Because I can listen to the people who are actually astronomers and
Well, what
hear
did
what
they
they're
say?
saying. They're
What
saying
did they
that they're
say?
collecting the data. And
But,
I'm
but
not an astronomer, so I can't tell you what the data is.
no, 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 no. But like, did they say we've collected this data that says this, and then they just gave like an explanation of what the data was, or like, did they give an example?
I don't know. Like, I'm not an
Well, then,
astronomist.
and you can't say that because you can say that they're collecting data, sure, but you can't say the data's
That is what
doing
I
well.
said. I said they're collecting data.
But roll back the tape because
Roll
you
back
said
the
they were
tape.
they were collecting data that was like not groundbreaking, but it was very helpful to them.
Oh,
It's very
no,
productive
absolutely.
data,
It's going to be productive data for their science and what they're trying to understand.
and I want to know
And
what
like,
that
and
is.
you're trying to say what is the discovery? I'm like, they're actively doing it. So what am I supposed to? And plus, I'm
Well,
not an
you
astronomist. So how
keep
do I
me
know?
abreast. Keep me abreast.
All right,
Keep me
whatever.
abreast.
Let's make predictions for 2023. Okay.
Why?
What do you mean? Because we're having
Go.
fun.
All right. What's the first one?
Okay, here's gonna be my prediction. And
Okay.
I had a little bit more fun with these this time than I did last year. Last year
Thank God.
they were like serious ones. They're like this is gonna happen.
Dower.
Joe Biden's gonna die or something like
Die.
that. This year I had a little bit more fun with these.
Yes,
All
yes.
right, maybe this one's not as fun because I actually do think this is gonna happen. So my first one is that Ron DeSantis announces that he is not running for president, paving the way
Okay.
for Trump to be the nominee. But
Okay.
Liz
Uh,
Cheney is also going to announce that she is running against Trump, and there's going to be a battle. There's going to be a battle.
okay. That's fun. I like that.
Yeah. What about you? Do
Okay.
you have any predictions?
Yeah, I have a few. Although I will say I did see a TikTok that did predictions, and I just want to use a couple of those, and then I have some of my own as well.
Oh, okay. So you're stealing content again.
Uh, Hold on. I'll cite the bitch who did it. I'm pretty sure I saved the TikTok. I'll shout him out, even though they're never gonna, they're never gonna see this.
Send me the link later, and I'll put it in the podcast description.
No, I don't have it saved. It's fine.
Okay, never
So
mind.
basically, they had a few predictions. One of which it was about like music and pop culture, which I was liking, and they were like, "Oh, this person's gonna release an album. This person's gonna release an album. This person's not." But what was really important was that Shawn Mendes is going to tease that he's LGBTQ. And he was like, "Yeah, I think Shawn Mendes is just gonna post a photo of like him embracing another man, but it's very nondescript. It's very much like they could just be bros, but people are gonna read into it, and that's his first step to announcing that he's probably in the umbrella."
Right.
And then there's another one that Charlie Puth is gonna just show nude, just be nude. Like he's gonna
Charlie
release
Puth
a nude.
nudes.
Yeah. So those are the two that I stole from some content
Okay.
creator on TikTok, and I think they're accurate.
All right. I love that.
Yeah.
Following up from that, because I have a similar one.
Please.
I think that one of the like major conservative pundits, like Tucker Carlson or Ben Shapiro, there's going to be a leaked nude or like a leaked sex tape.
I would
Um,
love to see Ben Shapiro's sex tape.
I would not want to see it. I think it's going to
I
be
would.
gross and like really vanilla and like not something you would want to watch.
I
But it's
would
going to
watch
get
it.
leaked.
I would watch it, critique it, and then I'd do a whole podcast episode about it. And I'd shame him.
All right.
Yeah.
Slay.
He's like, yeah.
Your turn.
I think we're gonna get another Pokemon game.
Okay.
Now, people have been saying that Kalos is getting a remake, especially because they think that Paldea is right next to Kalos because of the whole Spain and France bullshit.
Yeah, yeah.
And there's that shared history that people keep drawing connections to. And I need the Pokemon Company to release something, either like a massive DLC that basically is the Kalos region. But I don't want that. I want like a real remake. I want them basically to remake Gen 6. We could do Gen 5 later. If they're doing this whole thing with no, if they're doing this whole Paldea Kalos thing, if they're really making it a connective tissue, I don't want some DLC where I get to visit one place in Kalos. I want a full Kalos remake because I want new Mega evolutions. I want
Right.
them to bring back every single Mega, and then I want then some for like the Gen 9 Pokemon and some other gens that we never got to see because they were too busy Gigantamaxing them and Z moving them. I don't give a shit. I want new Megas and I want an X and Y. It doesn't even have to be like X2, Y2. It could just be Pokemon Z, and it's just a single game
Mm.
that is connected to Scarlet and Violet.
Interesting. Stunning. We don't
And I
have
want a Black and White remake.
black and white remake. All right.
I do want
Well, you're probably not going to get both.
both.
Bofa. But okay.
Yeah.
Slay. I think Pokemon Company though, and like the people making it, like Game Freak, they need a break. They need to take a year and like
No.
actually make their content better and make sure it performs well, and then they can release more games.
They make so much money. Just hire more people, become a bigger studio. I don't like how many people they got working for them. Fucking three gerbils and a coder.
Three
Hell's
gerbils
going
and
on?
a coder. All right. Well, here's my next one.
Mm.
I think that Kamala Harris and
Mm.
her TikTok impersonator are gonna meet and make a TikTok together.
Oh, absolutely. I hope they do, and I hope they start it with "I'm Kamala Harris,"
And then
That
she
kind of
will actually appear and she's like, I'm Kamala Harris.
I'll take it a step further. I hope Kamala Harris has an event and the impersonator comes out and reads a speech for her.
Oh, Slay.
Stunning.
Stunning.
Yeah.
Is that your actual next one, or do you...
No, I have an actual next one, but I hope
Okay.
that happens too. Okay. All that fusion stuff going on.
Yeah,
We
yeah.
didn't even talk about talks. We've been too busy with this year-end nonsense and year beginning nonsense. But there was some
Yeah.
fusion talk, which isn't it's impressive, but like let's not get ahead of ourselves because it's not anywhere near relevant.
Oh yeah, no,
But I
not
think
for another decade or
the
more.
amount of lasers they needed, the amount of energy input just to get a little back, they were like,
Yeah.
it's net positive. I was like, how much though? Don't just say +1 is good enough. I want to
Like
know.
one milliwatt or whatever.
1 kilojoule or something. I don't care. I want the number, but I think we are going to see at least more interest, and that means more companies or more scientists, more groups will be investing in this sort of thing because they can see there's something on the
Mm.
horizon with it. It's going to be a while, but we could get some like new information about it.
Ooh,
Yeah,
stunning.
stunning.
Here's my next one.
Mm.
Um, Republicans are taking the House, right? I think that the 2023 House is going to mostly consist of them investigating Hunter Biden. And I think they're going to do all of this investigation, and all they're going to find is just more Hunter Biden nudes. That's all they're going to find.
Oh, wait. Have there been Hunter Biden nudes? I wasn't looking.
Oh, yeah, there's been plenty. Remember,
Wait.
did you see that whole Twitter files thing that happened? We really haven't done like an actual episode of the podcast in a while.
Yeah.
Twitter files, when Elon Musk went ahead and tried to like reveal things about Twitter, like what they were doing previously,
Yeah.
and how they were like suppressing free speech or whatever. So there was this part of that where they're like, oh, the Biden campaign asked Twitter to take these tweets down. And what were the tweets? Hunter Biden nudes.
Oh, he's also holding a gun.
Well, that too. But yeah, they're going to do all these Hunter Biden investigations. It's only going to lead to more nudes. Or like maybe Hunter Biden had like a baby somewhere and there's another Biden child somewhere out there.
He's
I don't
not
think...
hot. Oh, I thought he'd be hot. Oh.
Do you see the dick? How's his dick?
No, I haven't seen the dick because the dick is blocked out, but he's basically naked and it's not giving share for me. I mean, it's someone's probably loving live
It's
laugh loving it. But
live
I'm
laugh
not loving
loving.
it. I'm not
Um
loving it.
but yeah, all they're going to find is more Hunter Biden nudes and it's not really going to come up with anything else.
Who cares? People take nudes, whatever. I don't care.
Ah! And do you have another one?
You ever taken a nude?
Um, uh, no, I don't think I have.
I've taken so many. I've got plenty more if you want. Sure.
More nudes?
I do have plenty of those, but no, I mean resolutions. No, I mean predictions.
Go ahead. Go ahead. Tell me.
Uh, the king is dying. The dead. Whatever the new king is of Britain,
You
England,
think
he's
he's gonna
dead.
die too?
Oh, 100%. Look at him. He looks like he's a fucking walking corpse.
Well, the queen lasted forever. So I
Women
mean,
always last longer.
in multiple
Men are
ways.
always busting early. I think he's busting early. I think it's a wrap. It's
All
a
right,
wrap.
it's
And
a
also,
wrap.
I think honestly, this whole monarchy thing, this whole obsession that the British people, some British people have, I know not everyone, needs to fucking stop.
Oh,
Like, oh, like, ew, they're not even relevant. They don't even like do anything. Like, I understand the obsession with politics and politicians here because it actually can affect people's lives. They're not doing anything. They're being racist and incestuous with each other. They're not even
it's
productive members of society.
it's true. It's true.
Yeah, they're out there
It's
killing
true,
all
and
of
you
the
should
young
say it.
ones. And I did.
And you did say it, and you
And I
did.
did say it. Yeah.
Great. Here's my next one.
Yeah.
I think that the federal student loan debt, the
Mm.
Supreme Court's gonna block it, and it's not gonna
Oh, yeah.
happen.
Yeah.
And it's gonna be shitty, but I think it's gonna happen because our Supreme Court is shitty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Brett Kavanaugh and what's her name?
Amy Conan Barrett.
Amy Conan Barrett. Yeah.
Amy Coney
Amy-
Barrett.
Yeah. Coney's Island. Coney Island. Amy Coney Island Barrett. My next one
Yeah.
is Biden. Okay, this is more like what I want to happen, not what I think is going to happen. Biden can't run again.
You said this last year.
He can't, though. I know I said it last year, but he can't. He can't. Because by the end of because this year is going to be like the ramp up for the 2024 election. There's going to be like seedlings spreading.
Yeah.
You know, as we get further along in the year, there's going to be more about like what like the next election cycle is even going to look like. So we can't. I Biden is actually doing an okay job. I was like, wow, this old man is actually signing shit into law. He's trying to get stuff passed, but that's also because we also had the House and the Senate. So like, great, but he can't. And honestly, I don't even know if I'm like really like fucking jazzed up for Kamala being president. I think we should just get someone new. Someone that
Listen,
Biden and Kamala will throw all their support behind. Someone who's younger, someone who's
no.
hip, someone who's on TikTok.
I'm not gonna someone on TikTok, Pat. I'm not gonna lie. If Biden doesn't run for whatever reason, I think Kamala Harris is the next choice for the Democratic Party. Not that I want that. I don't. I absolutely don't. But the
I
DNC
know.
is probably gonna want that.
I know. DNC these nuts.
DNC, DNC, these nuts.
Yeah. Yeah.
Here's my next one.
Yeah.
The new Fire Emblem game that's coming out.
Oh
It's gonna
God.
it's gonna flop. It's gonna be a flop. That's
I don't think so.
You don't think so? I think it's gonna flop.
I don't. I think the core mechanics of the game obviously are gonna be like they're gonna be like it's the most refined Fire Emblem playing experience ever, and then the whole like engage shtick they're gonna be like it's cool, it's
It's
lit.
cool.
I don't know. I I don't know. Like the most recent Fire Emblem games that weren't remakes were
Yeah.
Three Houses, Awakening, and I think that was it.
There was one in between. Fates.
Fates. Oh, well, Fates was a hot piece of garbage.
It was.
Fates was also really easy, and I was like, ugh, I didn't play all three because who has time to be playing all these fucking versions of a game? Three houses having four different routes. Who has time? Engage better have
Me
one
apparently.
fucking plot. If Engage has like 8 different parallel stories, I'm gonna kill myself. Like these games, I don't know. They're very like I don't know. I really liked Radiant Dawn, Path of Radiance,
Mm.
the remake of the Echoes remake. I really liked those games,
Mm.
and I think there's something about I don't maybe it's like the plot, the story, the mechanics being maybe more simplified and not very
Oh.
convoluted.
Or you're holding on
Uh,
to nostalgic value, but we can talk about that later.
Maybe, but I think that they offer something that the new games don't have because, as we've said before, Fire Emblem was a dying uh, game until Awakening happened, and you have this
Yeah.
whole revamp.
And
And Awakening is a far different game
yeah, and
than the
Awakening
one.
is it's a good game. It's like a solid game.
I
Uh,
enjoy it, yes.
and then Fates was not good. I will agree to that. It was not good. And
Yeah.
then Three Houses, I really like Three Houses. I think Three Houses may have been my second favorite like line of games that they made.
Well, I think you should really play that 3DS remake. It's
Which one? Echoes?
yeah, that Shadows of Valencia, that game is lit, crunk, and
I
turnt.
started that game. I started that game and I stopped.
Is anyone staying on fleek anymore?
No. That was like
Yeah.
10 fucking years ago that people said that. People don't say
I
that anymore.
Last night I brought my Switch over to my friend's house. They're like, "Oh, you said you brought Just Dance," and I said, "Yeah, from 2017. It's 6 years old." And they were like, "Wow."
And you know what? It probably had banging music on it.
Oh,
2017
the music was pretty good. I liked it. Yeah, the Switch is
banging.
6 years old or seven.
That's kind of gross. Isn't it about time for them to make a new console, Nintendo?
Well, Anthony was like Anthony, who may or may not have canceled on D&D. He's like, "There's a
Just
rumor."
throwing him under the bus now.
He's like, "There's a rumor that there was supposed to be like a Switch Pro, but then they canceled it because they're gonna just make a Switch 2." And I said, apparently there's also a rumor that there could be or there's a leak that there is an OLED Switch themed for Tears of the Kingdom for the next Zelda game.
Mm.
And I'm like, just make a new Switch.
Yeah,
Like I know the hardware can't be that bigger because, they want to keep it small and handheld, but like I don't
Just make a new one at that. Just at
make
this
it
point.
slightly better at least. Come on, my tits.
It
Come
needs some
on.
improved graphics. I was talking to Jackie about the Sonic game that I've
Mm,
been playing, Sonic Frontiers. Jackie said that Sonic Frontiers is beautiful, absolutely gorgeous on the PS5.
mm.
On the Switch, it's like, all right.
Well, yeah. I mean, like, let me think. Like, yeah, any game that like is cross-platform on the Switch, they always look worse, but it's because it can't handle it.
Yeah, that's why I'm saying they got to make one that can handle these big, beautiful games now. That which is where everyone's
Yeah,
going. These big, beautiful open world games, because
yeah.
Sonic Frontiers is an open world ish game.
I've heard, I've seen.
Anyway, here's my last prediction.
Sure.
I think that one of the Supreme Court justices is gonna kick the can.
Which one?
They're gonna die. I don't know, but there's some oldies in there. There's some oldies. There's what's his face? The
Sotomayor.
no, I don't think she's that. She could die too.
Any
Uh,
of them could die.
any of them could die. It's not gonna be Brett Kavanaugh or Amy Coney Barrett because
Yeah.
they're pretty young. I think it's gonna be like Justice Alito, who's pretty old.
Uh, uh,
Um, or what's the other fucker? The one who said that they should also overturn Obergefell. There's
I
another
don't.
one in there. Clarence
Yeah,
Thompson or Thomas, whatever his name is.
I think it's Thomas.
He could kick the can. I think one of them's going. One of them's gonna die.
Well, they better hurry up and die soon so Biden can install a Democrat. Because I don't want this shit that happened last time where one of them dies too soon to the whole
Oh
presidential
yeah.
election exchange of power, and then they get stopped from putting on a Supreme Court until the next president goes in. It's like no, no, no. Like
No, no.
whenever they're dead, whoever's president gets to put. If it's a Republican, they can do whatever they want. If it's a Democrat, no, none of this fucking edging bullshit.
Edging.
When they get close enough to stop.
I actually disagree with the entire process for how Supreme Court justices are put on the bench. I think they should be elected positions because they're so powerful. But that's just me.
That's a whole other conversation.
That's a whole other conversation.
It is. All right. Well, I have one more. I'm just gonna come up with one on the fly.
Go for it. Go for it.
Okay. Let me think. Go for.
Go, go.
Jackie. I hope you're listening to this part of the podcast. They're not because they don't listen to the podcast. They're not even gonna listen to their own podcast that we do with them. Isn't that so sad?
No, they're definitely not going to.
No.
Absolutely not.
Okay. Let me think about all the things that are happening. Oh wait, no. I got an actual one that's actually nice. All of this stuff about potentially having like a cancer vaccine and an HIV vaccine. I think we're gonna get bigger strides this year with it.
Ooh, okay, stunning.
I don't know how any of that works, but I'd love to see it.
I think an HIV vaccine could definitely be
I would get
definitely
it.
progress on it.
I would run, and I can't run, as we've said before, but I would run, trip, fall, crawl, hyperventilate, and fall dead in the lobby of some doctor's office. I say, give me that shit. Because
You're already dead at that point, though.
Listen, there is this deep-seated, I don't know if every gay person, especially maybe young gay people, I didn't live through the AIDS pandemic, but even I have a deep-seated fear of HIV and getting it. And I didn't even live through it, and I can't even imagine.
Yeah.
Even I have it. I'm on that prep. I'm like, you're not getting in my body. So if there's a vaccine, fill me up. Fucking give me 3 of them just to be safe. Give me every single one you got. Because I don't wanna have to be always worried like, oh my god, I'm gonna get it. Yeah, so that's my last prediction.
I love that. All right, let's wrap it up. Thank you for everybody.
No, I want that vaccine so I don't have to wrap it up anymore.
Thank you everybody for listening. And you know what? I think part of the reason why my undiagnosed ADHD flares up so much is because that when I'm trying to talk, you always interrupt me.
Yeah, but that's what makes it fun.
I'll just be trying to sign out the podcast, and you and Jackie will be like, "Wrap it before you tap it."
That is true. Yeah, that is true.
Thank you, everybody, for listening or watching to this episode of the What Do the Gays Think podcast. Go ahead and follow us on Twitter if it's still around, at WDTGT Podcast, for updates on when we post new episodes and stuff like that. We're also on Mastodon. Our Mastodon's Pride Empire. There's a link to that in the description. We stream on Twitch at What Do the Gamers Think.
Mm,
GAYMERS. Currently, our schedule is Mondays and Thursdays, but I think we're actually changing that, and we'll announce it on our Twitter probably.
yes.
It might change to Tuesday, Thursday. We will see.
Yeah.
Um, and I think, oh yeah, go ahead and join our Discord. You can join that in the description as well. Go ahead, click that link, pop into our Discord, chat with us. We love chatting with you guys. And that's it. So thanks everybody, and I am Matt.
And also look out for our new podcast,
Look out for our new
Under Queer
podcast.
Review.
Yes.
Yeah. And I
Great.
am gonna be laid out in 2023.
Great. Thank you, everybody, and goodbye.
Goodbye. You have to go on Instagram and look at my photo and tell me if it looks daddy or not.